Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Turn down some. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I am so happy and excited to be sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of you again this evening. And it's, yes, hello, Sarah. Hello, Julia, and everyone coming in and taking the place in this sacred circle. Welcome, everyone. And I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman. This is the Spiritual Insight Show. It is June 7th, Sunday, June 7th. My goodness. It is just trucking right along, isn't it? So how has everyone been doing? How's everyone been feeling? I mean, Friday we had the full moon and the lunar eclipse. Woo! Hello, Wendy. And just how has everyone been getting along and doing and just being gentle with ourselves, I hope. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Chris. Yes, happy Sunday. It's our Sunday Sacred Circle time with each other. So, yes. And I missed you last week. Last week I was sitting in, class all day. I am now a level 3 at the Seraphim Blueprint Practitioner and that Seraphim Blueprint Healing Practitioner. So I just completed level 3 now. So yay. So there's level 6. There's 6 levels to become, if you want to do it for mastery, which of course I do. So I'm just, I'm on the way. And then taking another Seraphim course. It's almost done with that one next Saturday. So that one's on Saturdays. But it's a seraphic tour of the solar system. Absolutely astounding. And so I do offer the seraphic blueprint healings on my website. Now I did update the my website to include the Seraphim Blueprint type of healing. And also I did add they're planetary washes. They're like little healings. They're using the planet because each one of our chakras, remember, is represented by a planet. And so, or I should say, a planet represents one of our chakras in our physical body or just in the 12 chakra system. So it's important that when we have planets, especially like in retrograde too, we see the beauty of these planets, the energy, the positive part of these planets. And we do like this wash to help. And there's so many things. And each planet represents different things. And you can check out the website. Check under the Seraphim Blueprint Healing. That's where the healing session is. And also the washes, the planetary washes are listed there. You can read for each planet. And so just check that out. All right. So let's see. Hello, Robin. Oh, thank you, Robin. Marie. Yes, I know. It's a very extensive course, but when you're guided to do it, you gotta listen. So hi, Amy. Hello, Teresa. Yay. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much for the congratulations. And so it's just, to me, it validates everything that I already knew. I do believe that I had mentioned this one time, and I can't remember what show it was, but I just know I mentioned it. And it's when I say that that I've been able to communicate with angels since I was young. What does that look and what does that feel like? So I've always seen these beautiful, tall light beings around me. There's always been 2 that have been consistently with me, one on each side. 2 hue beams and rays of light, and without any wings. But I recognize their energy. I mean, I don't know how they prove themselves when they're young. We're still so connected to source. So we recognize by energy, by the energy signature or the soul signature. And so they didn't have names for them. I didn't call them anything like that. I didn't have names for them. I recognized their energy, and that was good enough for me. Now I did, I could see spirit talk to them, and I could see them so clearly. And it was when my mother, it kind of upset my mother because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I was one of those kids, so if I saw something, I said something. And it was just, very unnerving for my mom, who was, she was brought up in Baptist church. And then her and my biological dad switched over to Lutheran for me and my brother, my younger brother. But anyway, so that strong religious, the angels are really accepted almost everywhere. But the talking to the spirit, she didn't like that. She thought that, you either go to heaven or you go to hell, right? That the earthbound ones, you shouldn't be talking to them. Blah, 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 blah. We've all heard it. How many of you were raised with the same thing, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't know what a spirit guide was, because all of spirit was not allowed to have this deep conversation. I mean, it was like, hi, how you doing? But other than that, that was it. And so the family was always the first layer of, if I saw family members, well, hey, until it got too hard for me. And then when I started to see them, it made me upset, made me cry. And then it was just, please, God and angels, please take that away from me. And so it's kind of like, I'm on this island, and surrounding this water, this moat, was the angels. And the guides spirit is on the land around this moat, so to speak. So I really put this barrier of angels so that I wouldn't accidentally slip and say something that, I wasn't supposed to say. And I understand it was, whether it was fear from my parents, or just keep your mouth shut so you don't get thrown into a crazy hospital or something. You can't say everything that you see. But how many of us, when we're young, we thought everyone could see and do this, right? Can't everyone see and do this? No? Oh, okay. So anyway, so I've always been able to talk with these angels, and I knew that they were very high vibrational. But I didn't, it's only pure love when you communicate with the angels, even though they all have different jobs. So there's different levels of them as well. And so I get uncomfortable in having to explain and label, because I feel like it, when we say higher, it means better, and it doesn't. The angels that are closest to us, the third dimension and higher now, because we are ascending the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. But the ones that are closest to us are our guardian angels, or solar angels, all right, are the guardian angels, they're actually called solar angels. And so above that is the archangels. And then there's several different tiers. And the Seraphim is one of the highest. And I didn't, again, the conversations that we would have, they were great educators for me, as far as we'd have great theological conversations and discussions. Here I was, I was junior high age. I was just such a, really introvert, like to read a lot. But when I was in public, it appeared I was an extrovert, because I could just fit right in, talk, But quite honestly, I really kept to myself because of everything going on. My mom had cancer, she went through a divorce, and then a cancer, and then a remarriage. And so much stuff was thrown at the family. Can't say at me, because we choose our families. So it was going through so much. And so it was like, okay, and they were my comfort. They were my reality. They helped me to understand everything I was experiencing to a degree. We'd have great conversations, about okay, so going to church and reading the Bible and just what happened to Jesus? But I remember Jesus as Yeshua, and that's okay. And conversations like that. Then when I read Edgar Casey's book and asking them to, was like, wow, so Edgar Casey could put a book on his chest, go to sleep and memorize it. Can we do that? I have a test at the end of the week. And I remember actually trying it, putting a book on my chest, going to sleep and crossing my arms like Edgar Casey did, right? And just like over the book and going, okay, I'm going to absorb all this information so I can ace my test. I got good grades, but I didn't ace it, Did it work? I don't know. Anyway, but that was the kind of thing. All that type of anything, because for me, the more I read the Bible, the more confused I got. There were some really beautiful things in there, and they helped to decipher it and to show the commonality in all things, right? And so they've always been with me. And it wasn't until 2005 moving here, and then there's a strong everyone's like really into their spirituality. There's a lot of spiritualist churches and camps around here, and just a lot of mediums with mediumship here. And so a lot of people to connect with. And that's when I heard about spirit guides. And I'm like, well, gosh, okay. But I haven't listened to them for so long. Seriously, I only let the angels guide me. So then it came the time of, okay, so let's introduce the spirit guides and getting to know who they are. And this is an interesting aspect. There's only one, and that was an actual true a spirit guide, someone who had a life in this on this earth plane, who is, I guess you would say, your gatekeeper, your main spirit guide. And he was a philosopher. His name is Harold. I know his name. His name is Harold. And so it was interesting, but I forgot what his name was until it was you'll hear it repeated. If you must know, you will hear it repeated 3 times. And it wasn't Christmas time. And I would hear Harold repeated 3 times, like, hark the herald angels sing, or I would hear some songs, or it did come to me 3 times to validate his name. Now, he's so loving and gentle. He was okay with me bypassing him. He still helped, whether you acknowledge them or not, right? And so think about that. A doctor of philosophy who helped me and was right in alignment with the conversations that I had with the angels. And it's okay. And they're ego free, now the spirit guides understand the ego. And it was like, hey, that's great. All right. Then there is Speaking Crow, who is a medicine woman. Then there's a man with her. Now, he also, too, is another guide, I should say, another spirit guide. But he's connected with Speaking Crow, and his name is 10 Horses. I don't know if it's 10 like the number 10 or 10 like metal 10. But that's okay. That doesn't matter to me. It's just 10 horses. Okay. And then there's a monk. Now, what also came to me, too, was that we talk to our higher selves. Our higher self is also on our, whatever you call your light council, with the angels and guides, right? Our higher self is there, too, whether it's our light body, our higher self. So what blew my mind was when I found out that the monk was me in a past life, and so was the medicine woman, Speaking Crow. 2 aspects of you in a past life sitting on your council, because I'm going to say, like, leave that knowledge there for us to go back to, that inner wisdom. Everything we need is right there. So it was awesome to talk to your higher self. And why wouldn't our higher self be a guide for us? Isn't that mind-blowing? Isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. Everything falls into place. So anyway, I know I'm babbling right now, but if it helps you guys as well, then hey, but it's they just want me to just share that. And so it was nice when I realized, and taking the Seraphim course, I'm like, these are the angels. There's the two. I was like, oh, that's who they are? That's awesome. I got this. I know how to do this. They've always been present with me, even in healing sessions and in the channeling. They've really helped me with the channeling. So there you go. It came full circle for me. So when you're guided to take a course or you're guided to do something, listen to it. All right. Because we get reintroduced to ourselves, right? So to speak. So to speak. All right, let me go through some of these. Wendy, I did the same thing. My mother told me only crazy people saw angels. Yeah. Linnell, it's snowing out. Oh, wow, Linnell, California. So Linnell, my mom read the Bible to us a couple of times at 6 a.m. every morning. There's some very beautiful pieces of the Bible, but when you understand it was butchered and pulled apart from its original origin, all right. Marie, I've had numerous encounters with my angels. I have felt Archangel Michael wrap his arms around me when I'm in a lot of pain and felt hands hold me from injuring myself when I have fallen, as well as protecting me from danger. Oh, absolutely, Marie. That's beautiful. Linnell, you just met your guide then, Luke. Yes. Awesome. Hi, gorgeous. Well, hello, Laura Romero. How are you? Yay. Linnell, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, they feel incredible. Oh, yes, they do. They come to you. The divine feminine will come to you in the form of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. Well, they're both Mothers Mary because they both are mothers, really. Like I say, I'll call them the Mothers Mary. So you'll know who I'm talking about, right? They will come. Isis, very strong. And if you see how this, every culture, Kuan Yin, I have a small Kuan Yin statue up there. Kuan Yin. And it can be also like the green Terras, the female goddess deities of Hinduism. So it's like every culture pretty much has like this feminine goddess aspect, that type of energy that is available for all of us. And absolutely, we can communicate with them. You can communicate with Jesus, with Yeshua. I did a lot in my youth, and it wasn't until just recently, because Isis had always come around as a teenager when I was going through the change of stepping into womanhood. Isis showed up and was helping me dealing with the hormones. Sometimes people can experience them smooth and easy. With me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't know who I was, where I was, what was happening, what's going on. And she really helped a lot to help me. And so, because my mother just couldn't talk about things like that to me. All right. And so and nothing against that. It's just, again, and I tell you, my mom in spirit, is one of my biggest cheerleaders now. And she was the one who actually was pushing to, I want you to do mediumship. I don't want you to just do healing work. You can channel too. And I was scared of it at first because I've been told not to. So it was relearning all of this, starting like 2006, 2007, and what a way of come. And then it goes all full circle. You're still dealing with who I've made my main guides, the Seraphim angels. I do work a lot with the archangels as well, and they do show up in healing sessions and for guide. And yes, Archangel Michael is just awesome. Yeah, all of them, every one of them are beautiful, and they all have jobs. And there's so many, I don't want to say minor angels, but they all come together to help us, don't they? So, Linnell, so lucky you had her as a helper. Yes. It was just my mother didn't know how to talk to me. She just didn't know how to talk to me. That was it, period. So it was, I didn't know what that change was. I was never told about it. She was so uncomfortable. She didn't want to talk to me about it. So can you imagine being a young girl and you're starting to bleed and you're going, am I dying? So anyway, so that was just that type of relationship, and it was okay. because, if we don't experience what we, experience with our families that we chose, we could be totally different people, right? And I'm grateful for that. And when we have conversations in spirit, and it's when we both start this, I'm sorry for, and it's like, just stop. You know what? No, don't ever be sorry for how we treated each other, because it helped bring out the best in us, really. Bringing out the worst in someone brings out the best eventually, right? So let's see, Robin. I see and talk to angels. Been doing so ever since I can remember. Yeah. I also have a dark one try to take me. I also had seen Jesus lots of times when I have outer body experiences. Yeah. Also had dark try to take me. Did you ask who the dark is? That darkness is, Robin. Identify. You can identify who the dark is. All right. Let's see, Linnell. Oh, yes. Okay. Very good. Oh, I feel Isis is an incredibly Vogue like Catwoman. Yeah, she is very sexy. Yeah, exactly. Now she is. And so she helped me with that, loving the divine feminine, loving that aspect of myself, because I was horrified, and I was later in life, so my mom had her change when she was 8, so early, and I was 15. I was a tomboy. I was playing sports, and then it hits me like I fell off a horse, face down, and I'm like, ow. So she helped me to not be angry about what I was going through, but to really embrace it. And, I see now what she was doing, and she still comes around a lot. When people give me messages, they're like, oh, and Isis stepped in. I was like, yeah, of course. She stepped in a lot of my attunements with Reiki when I was taking the Reiki courses. She was there facilitating and watching the attunements taking place. So, yeah. All right. So a female told me her name. She was demonic. Okay, so here's the thing with demonic. Demons are man-made. We create demons. So what takes a demon form is fear. Our own fear. If we feed it and let it grow into a monster, can be demonic. It really can. It can be a demon. We create this. And I would let this fear and have these dreams of someone chasing me, and I was running. And then finally I was just stop, turn around and face the fear. Pull the hood down. And it was me. It was an aspect of me chasing myself. It was fear that I gave power to. This is why I say face the fear and find out the root of who that fear belongs to. Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it? And I'm telling you, it's. What I hear is it's all man-made. All right. So there you go. We created the underworld when we fell from out of the Garden of Eden, if you want to put it that way. Out of Atlantis, when Atlantis fell out of the Garden of Eden. It was a garden. However, whatever your belief is, when we fell out of the garden, we fell from grace, right? And we created the underworld. Okay. Robin, my soul used to come out of my body all the time, different from meditation. The only demonic spirit I knew was my sister, Wendy, yeah. And yes, they could be consumed with evil. That's exactly how they come across. And it's just, what is evil? We all have that in us. That seed, that ability, it's in the darkness. All right? But are you giving it attention? Are you feeding it? Raising it? Hi, little demon. No, don't do that. Don't do it. It's dangerous. And it only hurts us because they actually live off of you. They need you. They're the worst energy vampire ever. And when you realize it's you that created it and that you can stop it, and that's what you got to do. You stop it. Woo. Okay. I didn't think wanted me to talk about that too. So there you go. With everything that's kind of going on today, we feel like we're on a crazy carousel ride, right? So I used to see darkness in her aura. There's nothing wrong with darkness. Let me tell you, not every dark, hold on though, Wendy, when I'm saying with your sister, yes. Right. Now, what I'm going to hear when I say this is not every darkness is bad. Sometimes it's spirit's going to learn to get through all these thick densities to maybe come to us. And so it can be the level of learning of how to come in and communicate with us. And so not all dark shadows are bad. All right. All right. Let's see. Now, Wendy, I saw darkness outside my mom's aura, which her dis-ease is dark. And I saw it go into her aura, and I knew when she allowed it to come into her body. When she activated her cancer, I saw that as a child. All right. I was like 5 or 6 when I watched her do it. But I knew that darkness as a child, it wasn't an entity. I knew it was an aspect of her, that it was her. It came from her, that she created it. Crazy, right? But they need you to live off of, right? Right, exactly. They're feeding on her. Yeah, right. Hi, Chris. Let's see, Linnell. I had a staircase I would never walk up. Always had to run up that set. I felt awful in the stairwell. Well, what's the energy there, Linnell? There could be an imprint. Something happened there, and you felt it, and it's like, why? Or maybe it's triggering something happened to you in a past life on the stairwell. So let's see, Teresa. You tell them they are loved ones waiting for them. Send them with love and light. Absolutely, Teresa. You do. Yes. And sometimes it takes a little bit more than that, but sometimes they go very easy if you just explain to them what's happening. That's usually good. And I'll tell you right now, as we're ascending, I did ask about those that are wandering on this earth plane, and more are leaving, and imprints are being healed. And what I mean by imprints is that we have a memory that leaves an imprint. Earth has a memory that's imprinted. Think of all the warring, the fighting, the blood that's soaked into the earth, and leaves like a movie reel of an imprint that just keeps replaying. It's not intelligent. You can't communicate with it. It just loops around. It's the same thing. That's an imprint. All this stuff is being healed. And let me just say, with everything that's going on, everyone now that's crossing over is taking extra negativity, extra garbage with them. It's like, what I was being shown was, it's not just, hey, can you take the garbage when you leave? They're taking bags of garbage with them when they go. So they are helping to cleanse as they leave. They're taking more to make it lighter for us. They're helping us. And the ascension is easier for those that are crossing over now because we are, so their transformation, we are ascending. The transformation is getting easier because they don't have as far to go, if that makes sense. And the process of going from the 3rd to the 4th to the 5th is easier for them now as we're going through it. Okay. So Linnell, right. I know for the young, I'm so there for them to let them know to trust themselves more, not so much follow the leaders that may not get it. Exactly. We just have to remind and be the mentor, remind these kids coming in too now for the first time because we're in the ascension process. We're having people coming in that souls coming in that never wanted to come here before, but now it's safe for them. So they're coming in, and we just need to honor not just with the babies and the young ones, but everyone. No wonder teenagers rebel because they see all the contradiction. They see the program. They see everything. By age 10, they've got it. And then they start to, well, I don't want this. That's your belief, not mine. But they don't know how to articulate it, maybe. They don't, want to hurt anybody's feelings. And there we go. Right. Hushed I am no longer. That's very good. Yes, yes. Good to know. All right. Sarah, today while we were planting rose bushes, I had a bumblebee circling me. I was talking to the bee and told it, why don't you land, relax, and hang out with us? So the bumblebee landed on the fence beside me. I thought it was so beautiful. That is beautiful, Sarah. I love that. Oh, yes, I meld well with all ages. Absolutely, you do. And you do. Yeah. Because, the soul is timeless, and you talk to souls. You have that conversation, soul to soul, right? Now, it was interesting. I was guided to go through. I have this file of show topics information. I kept like a record of all the show topics I've had, and I started Spiritual Insights. Started on internet radio the April of 2011. So 9 years, over 9 years now. So I had 9 years of stuff to go through, and I was going through, and they, and as I was looking at stuff, I was guided, pull this, read this, pull this, read this. And it's so amazing, some of the material. And now I don't do this. I used to sit down and just write it all out. Now I journal it. They want me to journal it to keep it in the journals, and then I'll just pull the journal out and read it. So it's something that was really interesting from 2013. It's called Fool and Rule. Fool and Rule. So be careful in what you believe. So if your beliefs support separation, then your thoughts and actions will reflect this. This separation occurs within as well. So your mind rules the thoughts and actions with no input or very little input or advice from the heart, that sacred heart center. It can take a major incident to trigger the aha moment to rebalance. So those that are still asleep, that are too much in their head, they're trying to understand the separation. But if they would just allow themselves to stop and to really feel, even if their emotions are going from one extreme to the next, feel, drop down even further into that sacred heart center, go within and find that balance. And then that balance is like a domino effect. It just goes up, 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 pops open the third eye because it balances the left and right hemispheres of our brain. That was 2013. All right, another one from 2013. Some of my most powerful teachers are those who are an open channel of the divine source, where there is no name and no form, just limitless light and love. It's me trying to explain who I'm communicating with. They are here to guide, not interfere or change events or situations. These changes must be a direct result of our action by simply making the right choices. So some may say that guidance is interference. No. Think of a parent guiding their child. The parent can give suggestions, or even a mentor. You don't have to be a parent, okay? Just a mentor is in a human guide, can give suggestions, present the whole picture, but it is up to the child to make the right choice for them. Since we all are connected, make sure your choices are harm none in nature and for the good of all. So and the question, how are my decisions and choices affecting others? The ripple effect, right? So this is my check. How are my decisions and choices affecting others? That ripple effect. It's a great question to ask yourself. That's a great one to journal. And again, that was from 2013. And another one. I like that one. What else did they want me to show you? Oh, this was 2014. This was the time. 2014 and 2015 is when that divine feminine energy flooded this earth plane. All right. So we had a rush of that divine feminine coming back in. And at this time, this was summer, August of 2014. The topic was ownership and utilization of your divine power at that time. And so this was 2014 what I journaled. Many of you are aware that the shift that is occurring has brought the earth plane to the 5th dimension. I have mentioned before that many of us are already in higher dimensions, because when we meditate, we're going higher and higher and higher. As we move towards the 9th dimension, the dimension of multiple parallel realities, all is simultaneous. Nowness, right here, right now, nowness expands to a state of being that is so infinitely huge that it includes all realms of reality. The violent schizophrenia of humanity is playing itself out in a way that will ultimately lead to global, to universal healing. Is that not what's happening now? I think it's always been happening, but it's just crescendoing. There are healings so deep that this cannot be seen within physical eyes, but felt only through that sacred cosmic heart center. All healing outside yourself must first be addressed. Must be addressed within yourself. So as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within. So what's going on internally is what attracts external people, situations, right, etc. This was what I got in 2014. This was, I realized in going back and doing this, so it's good to go back and read some of your journals and stuff, was that when that flood of divine feminine energy was flooding the earth plane in 2014 and 2015, it blew my channeling wide open. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? And yeah, so you should go back and read some of your old channels or your old journals. Let me say that. And then this was 2016, the fall, just preparing for expansive shifts. And I'm not going to read there. There was a lot. I had to type it out because there was so much. Oh yeah, here we go. Our physical bodies. Here, hold on. Let's see. As the old system of the third dimension collapses and implodes, and as we connect more and more to our soul family, we learn that we've always had brothers and sisters to reach out to. And we start to trust that there will always be a way as we help each other out, knowing that we are all one. We get glimpses of how the new golden age of Earth will feel like when we live in oneness. So in harmony with our emotional body, with that sacred cosmic heart, our physical body is spitting out core issues as well. Remember that releasing, release, purge. After we have cleansed out emotional and mental bodies, the road is clear for all the stuff to release that we had stored in our physical body. Chronic illness is showing up for final release. They will appear so fast that they do not leave us any time to suppress them with medical treatments. Remember how I was like, be careful, because as we're releasing things, is it ascension symptoms? Is it us just releasing? It's not going to last long. Our physical bodies does not want to suppress them any longer, but truly wants to release. And this can be very uncomfortable. You can experience candida, bladder and kidney infections, ear infections, dizziness, vertigo, ringing of the ears. Even some of you have the herpes virus. We all have the herpes virus, whether it's activated or not within us. Joint and structural issues, stomach inflammations are just examples. No matter if we experience emotional or physical pain, if we accept the pain as a blessing, as a cleansing fire, we no longer fight it. The pain is still there, but it becomes part of our healing experience. And healing can be painful, is painful, but this is a process to transmute the pain for good. Of course, I'm telling you, if you know it's a physical, please go to the doctor. I'm not telling you not to, okay? But it just talks about all sorts of things. And I'm telling you, I had been, so that's just really profound. And then one of the last things, little quotes I had written down was, okay, so right now you have a choice. You have a choice. 1, you can forget everything and run. Or 2, face everything and rise. Profound, even to this day. All ancient wisdom that keeps coming back to us in different waves and different phases, right? And it's great. And we're reminded of that. And, so, woo, that's good stuff, right? All right. Let me see. I'm going to go back and read some of these. Robin, my sister thinks it's the end of the world as we know it. It is. It's the end of the third dimension. Yes. So she's very afraid with all that's going on. She doesn't understand why I'm so laid back. She needs to expand her mind a little bit. Maybe, again, we all know you can only help somebody so much. Chris, I woke up today with these bad dreams. I'm having a lot of people chasing me, wanting to kill me. I thought I was beyond those dreams by now. Chris, no, not right now. And this is why it's very important for you to know what's your energy and what's not. We are also, especially empaths, healers, psychic mediums, whatever you want, when we are in tune like that, we feel everyone else's energies and we release it. How do we release? We release in meditation when we actually set time aside. I'm releasing. We should be doing every night before we go to bed, before we go to sleep, I should say, or maybe several times a day. If you notice it immediately, if you're feeling it from somebody, you feel different when you're around somebody and the energy changes. Unhook. All right. So like these cords, unhook the cords, return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. It's not mine. Return to sender, return to sender. Just feel your energy. You know what's yours and what's not. And you don't have to analyze everything. You don't have to analyze or overanalyze someone else's cord or feeling or attachment. Just know it's not mine, and let it all go. All right. So, Chris, what I'm getting for you is that you are picking up other things around you, whether it's your area, the earth off-putting, people around you, the news even. Okay. And that's okay. Just release, release, release. And you yourself make great progress. It's other people's things. And we just all have to help and just continue to purge. All right, just let them move on through. Right, Linnell? Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So cool you're reading old journals. Thank you. Yes, when you go back and reread them. If you have, I have volumes now. Go back and read some of your old journals. And I think it's very profound to do that. It's like, yay. Let's see. I love the show tonight. Great idea to share some I missed. Aw. I've been having some string lung stuff recently, Julia. Okay. Some strange long stuff recently. Okay. So you would sit with the angels and see the deep breaths. Deep breaths is I keep hearing take deep breaths every day. Don't forget to breathe. There's a lot associated with that, isn't there? There's words, there's phrases that's going around globally about you can't breathe. So breath is even more important. I can breathe. I'm taking deep breaths. Breathing in love, releasing anything that's not for my highest and greatest, releasing any toxicity, anything that's not for not only my highest and greatest, humanity's highest and greatest, just getting rid of all of it. Because those of us who do this, we're not just healing ourselves, we're healing everyone as well. Now, it is important to make sure you keep yourself going so that you can continue to help and channel these energies. Okay? Oh, let's see. Chris, interesting that 2013 is when the Divine Feminine was amplified. This is what I published in my book. Oh, Julia, that's it. Face everything and rise. Exactly. And the Arms of the Angel duet, that'll blow you away. Wow. Oh, I love that song. Yeah, Robin. I did not put in the Arms of the Angel. It's crazy. All right. Yeah, that was cool. Just reading some of these comments. All right. Well, it's beautiful. Things will just pop up. It needs to happen. It needs to be presented. So, I did pull the card for us. Work with your unicorn. Unicorns are very high vibrational. They help us with this ascension. Of course, always your dragons, your unicorns. The dragons have been with you. The dragons have the energy to be in the lower vibrations, and they are ascending again with us. The unicorns have come down from the 7th and 9th dimensions back for humanity again. And so I used a different unicorn deck. I used Cordelia Francisca Brab's Oracle of the Unicorns. And the card I pulled for all of us is dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life and manifest your dreams through dance. Let's all dream of peace and dance our way to peace. Totally understanding what's going on around us, not saying anyone to be blind to it, but we can transmute energies, recycle, and rebalance, reharmonize it, right? We can do all of that. We absolutely can. So there we go. We can do that. It's interesting. What I have found is I've stayed off Facebook a lot the last week because even though you don't watch the news, I think that they're listening. They're listening, right? So now they're all the advice of don't watch the news, turn your TV off, turn your TV off. So then social media has been hit up. Facebook, like I have not just exploded. It's not just Facebook. There's all sorts of other social media, really. Just started exploding with news and things you don't want to see. I don't want to see this clip. I don't want to see this. I don't want to be too exposed to it because it's not that, I'm hiding from it. I'm completely aware. We can feel it. We can feel the force. Don't need to see pictures and videos to remind of what's going on. We feel it every day. And it's what we do with this. We work it. We transmute it. We take that energy and make sure that it's in balance and harmony. And we either give it to earth to be recycled with harm to none, or we send it up to the air to be burned up by the fire dragons. However we want to rebalance that energy, then do that. Okay? And so I was even blown away when the Hulu announced they're having news. I'm like, are they trying to force the news on us? Just stay awake. Pay attention to what you hear and what you're allowing your body to absorb in one way, shape, or form. Whether we're hearing it, we see it. And so, and take a break. And just let everything cool off. When people get upset, we go from one extreme to the next. It's normal, but we have to find that neutral, that center, that harmonious alignment, right? So there we go. That's what we have to do. All right. So, all right, I have someone who wants to a spiritual reading, please. Clinton, a spiritual reading. Clinton, I'm going to pull a card for you to get more into your energy. I'm going to pull one of these unicorn cards. And so, abundance. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. Abundance. And look at this unicorn, the beautiful rainbow wings. Abundance. Now, what does abundance mean to you? Does abundance mean money? Does abundance mean health? Ask someone who's going through dis-ease what abundance is, and they'll tell you health. I think my camera went out of focus. Let me, here we go. Okay. Here's that card again for you, Clinton. Abundance. Okay. Enjoy the beauty of life. Your supply is unlimited. blessings are coming to you. You know, the thing is that we are always blessed. Are we paying attention to the blessings around us? Because it's so easy to be distracted by the flooding of negativity, right? But understand, remember that the good and the bad is all connected. It's the same thing. So don't just look at the bad side, look at the good side too. And when we step aside and we see the whole picture, we understand things even better. You know, not for nothing. If I didn't see anything that's going on the news, it's making news, if I wasn't there, I didn't see it, I didn't hear it, I'm not going to comment on it. I have no comment, right? But what I will do is I'm going to take all this energy because I can feel it, and I'm just going to keep sending it love. However you do that, just keep sending love and light to situations. You read something that upsets you, send love and light, and then please take a break from social media. Yeah, I'm going to take a break from it. Yeah, absolutely. All right? So just do that. Now, that's how I cleansed my crystals this morning, sending what needed to move on down and fill with love. And then I connected with them as tools. It is still snowing. That's great, Linnell. Absolutely. You know, around full moon time, I'm always, you don't have to. You can cleanse your crystals with your own energy. But sometimes they get dusty. You want to rinse them off. So full moon time, I go around and I am cleaning my crystals, just rinsing them, giving them a little water bath. And as doing that, blessing the water at the same time. And anything that just reflects light, like any type of glass or crystal candle holders and things like that. Watch how everything just sparkles when you just take them all off. And yeah, took them to the lake. There you go. And now that's great. Yeah. And so, right, absolutely. Just make sure, of course you do, Wendy, and you pull a card for everybody every day too. Keeping it upbeat. Let's give messages. Every one of you sitting in this sacred circle are here for a reason. And you make a difference. How can I make a difference every day? Even if you just put the smile emoji as your comment in social media. Bam, that's contagious. The smile's contagious, isn't it? Simple. Simplicity. Remember what it's like to be that childlike energy. It's very simplistic because love that divine love is very pure. It's just very simplistic. It doesn't need all these words, all these explanations, all this blah, 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 blah. It just is. It's so beautiful. Right? There you go. Woo. So just keep yours. And they say peace starts at home. Absolutely. Guess where the home is? Within. Peace starts with you. How are you sharing your peace with the world today? And I know sometimes when we hear how are we sharing the peace, we are raised to go and do things. Doing. Get out of the house and do. But you can stay in your own home, in your own sacred space, and expand that sacred space out in all directions. That love and light, that peace, love and light out in all directions, and that's just as powerful. It really is. I want you to start feeling the energy, see the energy. Maybe that's one of the things is I can see the energy too. I can see the vibration of it and see how powerful it really is. And how it spreads, and it's contagious if we feed that type of energy. So let's feed that peaceful energy. Be peaceful with it. I've had some people ask me if I lean left or right, and I tell them I follow the light. I love that, Wendy. Yay. I'm going to put that comment up because I want everyone to see this. Yeah, I don't lean left or right. I follow the light. That's beautiful, Wendy. I love that. Yes. Yay. Chris, I love these. Let's share this. When I send emails at work, I always end by saying, have a great day. I love that, Chris. That's great too. Yes. Chris, I love the staying at home. I also like seeing more whole families together, riding or walking down the trails. That's it, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's the ones that are having a hard time with it, though, are the ones that are just having a hard time all the way around. We should be embracing and learning and slowing down. Now, here's the interesting thing, too. One of the things they told me, they share with me, my angelic committee, is that they bring in these technologies. They allow these technologies to come through to help things for us be faster, work smarter, not harder. And with the intention that we would have less time at work and more time with play with our family. Aha. It's not, oh, look, let's cram in how much more, you got an 8 hours work in 4 hours. Okay, so now we can get more work done in that 8 hours. That's not the right way to do that. You can actually end up even more exhausted, and that wasn't the intention behind the technology. All right. Now, also know this too, that spiritual technology is within us. And what does a fifth dimensional, all 12 strands of DNA activated look like? What does the light body look like? And when I say white light, I'm not talking about a color. All right. It's just a bright white light. So it's beautiful, and it's raining. And it's stumping snow now, right? In June. Yeah. Well, think about what snow is. Snow is cleansing, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? It's cleansing. And it's right from a full moon. Pay attention. Notice the cycles after a new moon or a full moon. It either rains, is really foggy, snows. Watch that pattern. There's always some sort of water blessing we receive from the full moon and the new moon from those cycles. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? So, anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that the spiritual technologies is coming from us in this ascension, and we're going to see that we can do more with less, and we're choosing to make sure that what we do that is more is for helping to rebuild humanity as one big, strong community, coming back together, back to that oneness, right? To that oneness. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's not a pipe dream. It's happening. It's happening. It is the reality right now. And a lot of us, like I said, who are embracing this ascension, we can feel like we are truly multidimensional, as parts of us are still in the third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension. So when you think about your body, like, okay, the top part's here, maybe the midsection's here, and the feet, and we still feel the 3D pulling on our feet. Hey, don't we? Let's keep rising. Doesn't mean you're being ignorant. We're totally aware of what's going on, and we're just going to send more peace, love, and light out. Okay? So there you go. And I hope that, this has helped you all. You all are so powerful. Thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle. And I hope this has helped everybody. And there's just so much love pumping through right now. It's making it hard for me to talk. And notice that as we are moving up in the upper vibrations, we may feel tingling in our throat. We may find like we can't find the words for things we used to, because it is our both sides of our brains coming together, working together as one, the third eye, and it's really reactivating our telepathy. Our telepathy. Ha. All right. And then it's an easy and easier to communicate even with nature, with animals, with, Sarah's shown that with communicating with the bee. Right. So let's keep working on that. Yay. All right, love. Stay grounded. Stay in that love and light that you are. Stay hydrated too. And make sure you're blessing your water. Just hold your glass of water and bless it and be grateful for the water. Stand in the shower, take your bath, you're grateful for the water. For those who still wash dishes by hands, I'm grateful for the water. Grateful, and I bless this in all water. Go out, take a deep breath of air. I bless this in all air. Chris, work with the air, the elements of air, and work with that lung. There you go. So thank you, each and every one of you, for sitting in Sacred Circle with me. And as we've been sharing, giving, and receiving each other's wonderful, peaceful, loving, and light energy, just go on and continue to share with the world. This is what the world needs to bring us back, humanity. And I'm going to leave you with this, all right? Ooh. Only peace, love, and harmony resides here in this sacred, sacred, sacred space. And we're going to expand the sacred, sacred, sacred space out in all directions, dimensions, vibrations, and realms. We are one, we are one, we are one. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. Good night, everyone.